So what are we concluding? Sloka number 31 to 39. The world is available for sense organs and perception. So Gaudapada Acharya denied, first is the Brahman created the world, or origination of the world from Brahman is denied. From our point of view, say Ishvara created the world. Okay. So the creation of the world by Brahman is denied. Right. So then existence of the world is also denied. The world doesn't exist. If it's not created, it cannot exist. But world is available for experience is accepted. We say okay, it's available for experience. Okay. Then we accept also that there is some transaction can happen in the world. I can experience something in the world. So we deny the creation of the world. Okay, Brahman as the creator, because then we'll ask the question, what is the motivation for Brahman? Why should he do that? What is the interest in Brahman for creating this world? So the Brahman has no motivation to create the world. He is blissful all the time and there's no creation. Brahman is non-dual, that's why the world doesn't exist. Forget about, there's no existence for the world at all. But world appears is accepted. World appears to our sense organs as nama and rupa. Sense organs and mind is accepted. Okay. So now the question comes, the world I can at least say about sense organs. What about the mind? The mind, for me, more than the world, the mind is the one which troubles. What is there in the mind? Mind is nothing but thoughts. Okay. Tell me any thought in the mind which is not related to the past and future. The mind always has thoughts about the past and the future. But my experience always is the now, the current. At this moment I am having experience. So the past or future is non-existent. The present moment I can see is the perception of the world. So the perception of the world is already denied. The past and future I deny that there is no something called past and future. Okay, because my experience is always in the present. Thoughts appear and disappear. You don't even know how much time thought is there. The thought appears and disappears. What appears and disappears has no existence at all. Thought is completely unreal. Okay. Then my problem is not unreality of mind, but I take the mind to be, I associate myself with the mind. I say, when this mind goes through up and down, happiness and unhappiness, I say, I am happy or I am unhappy. I am suffering, I am not suffering. So I associate myself with a non-real entity called mind. That is the cause of suffering. That is the cause of apparent suffering. There is no real suffering for the Atma. So again, just like the world is available for transaction, okay, mind is also available for transaction. Right? Mind is useful. Everything the object in the world is useful as long as there is a transaction reality. But there is no substantial reality for that. So mind also has a transactional reality. Keep the mind in a good condition. Whatever you want to do, you do. Okay? Keep the mind peaceful. It is useful for the transaction purpose. But if you ask, is mind real? The answer is no. So stop identifying with the mind. Anything happening to the mind, don't say, I am suffering, I am happy, I am unhappy. Just be aware that there is happiness in the mind, there is there is unhappiness in the mind, but I am unaffected. I am the sakshi. I am the witness of this, and I am asanga. I don't have any identification with anything. Okay, so tell me, look at your life really. You go through very lot of suffering in life. Okay, then you go through some joyful period in life. Has this suffering or joy left any impression on awareness? The awareness is not touched at all. When there is a suffering in mind, I know there is a suffering in the mind. When the suffering goes, I know the suffering has gone in the mind. When the joy is there, I know there is a joy in the mind. When there is a sorrow in the mind, there is a sorrow in the mind. None of these have left any impression on the awareness. None of this can touch awareness. I am asanga. My knowing ability, knowing principle, which is awareness, is not at all affected. Then when you are suffering, the knowing principle is affected, it cannot see the joy. It's able to see, the awareness is able to equally watch the sorrow, the joy, happiness, unhappiness, and unaffected by anything. This is your own experience. With this your own experience, it's very, very clear that awareness is completely unattached, asanga. You are awareness. For you, there is no attachment to the mind. So, never say, I have a mind also. I have a mind is also wrong. The self has no mind. The self has no body. The mind is completely denied. Having the mind itself is denied. Forget about overcoming the mind, mastering the mind, and enlightenment and liberation. Okay?
My experience is not awareness. No? My experience is whatever is...
Experience is what's happening in the mind.
Yeah.
But are you aware of the experience? One who is aware is not affected. Because happiness comes, I am aware. Unhappiness comes, I am aware. If happiness you are damaged by happiness, your unhappiness you are damaged, then you cannot experience happiness.
No, I cannot experience the unaffected aware part also.
There is not unaffected. There is no experience of unaffected parts. You are the one who is seer. The seer you cannot see. Seer you cannot experience because you are the seer. I give many examples. Eyes can see everything in the world, but eyes cannot see itself. The seer is unaffected. Understand? So, nothing touches, nothing leaves an impression on Atma. Nothing. Right? So, in reality, sannyasa means being the self. That's the real sannyasa. So, then nothing is touching you. Right? So, you have a concept that I have something, I have a house, I have a family, I have a body. All these are delusions. I have something, I gave it up. That's also delusion. It's like a lover. They both the lover and beloved. They go to Taj Mahal, visit Taj Mahal. He says, "I love you so much. I am gifting you the Taj Mahal. You are gifting what you don't have. Similarly, you are giving up what you don't have." So sannyasa is giving up what you don't have. And what you are really, nothing is attached to that. That is real asanga. Okay? So now, these words actually create a delusion in us. The moment we speak of sannyasa, we think of a dress and we have a think of some living of some possession. How living some possession which doesn't belong to you is sannyasa? Right? Then people use the word called digambara. Okay? Digambara. Digambara is a great name for the sannyasi. Digambara means one who has no clothes. Ambara means clothes. Digambara means the space alone is the cloth. Okay? For whom space alone is the cloth? For the awareness. Awareness cannot be clothed by body. Awareness cannot be clothed by mind. Okay? Awareness cannot attach to anything. If at all there is a covering for the awareness, it's the space only. That is Digambara. So all these titles, all these words, Digambara, Sannyasa, really apply to awareness, Atma. Okay? Atma has nothing to give up. Right? There's nothing to be given up. Only delusion to be given up. Delusion that I am identifying with the body, mind and the world. In the form of Chidabhasa, Atma is identified with the world. That delusion has to be given up. Chidabhasa has to be recognized as the Sakshi. Sakshi as Brahman. So only thing which you can give up is delusion, not what you call as physically. There is nothing belongs to you. No object belongs to you. So there is a story of Janakaraja. In the kingdom of Janakaraja was known as a great king. In his kingdom, one great sage comes called Ashtavakra. Janakaraja requests Ashtavakra to become his master. He says, "Oh master, I have heard that people can get Jnanodaya, enlightenment, in a fraction of a second, just like this. So can you teach me how to become enlightened?" Janakaraja, this guy Ashtavakra says, "Yes, I can teach you. But first you have to give me Guru Dakshina, because after I teach, after you get Jnana, you may say who is Guru, who is Shishya, and can walk away. So all Guru Dakshina you have to give now only." So Janakaraja says, "Okay, I'll give my kingdom." So this guy, "I'll give my entire kingdom to you for Atmadnana." Then Ashtavakra says, "How can you give a kingdom? Kingdom doesn't belong to you. Kingdom is for the prajas. It's a people's kingdom, not your kingdom. It's not your property." Then the king says, "This body is at your service. So the body also doesn't belong to you. Give me something which belongs to you." Then suddenly it strikes to Janakaraja. Oh, there's only foolishness that I have something is mine. I am foolish to think that I have something belongs to me. Something belongs to me, the body and mind and kingdom. So that I am giving up, the ignorance. In that moment he gets enlightened. This is the story. See, nothing belongs to us. Nothing. Everything is an appearance. You cannot hold it. It appears and disappears. You can use it, experience something when the experience is going through, but you cannot, that doesn't belong to you. Neither body, nor the mind, nor the world belongs to you. All these are mere appearances. There's no existence for this. But the world appears to exist, the mind appears to exist, not because there is existence, because you exist. Your existence, you are superimposing on that. And superimposing the suffering and the pain of that on yourself. Existence is given by you to the world, not the other way. So everything in the world is asti, exists. That existence is because of your awareness. You are giving existence. There is no existence for the world at all. It's a mere appearance. So says Gaudapadacharya. And if you understand, then you will get Amani Bhava. Amani Bhava means I have no mind.
I have no.
Amani Bhava, Mani. Mana means mind. Amani Bhava means I have no mind. You go beyond mind. It's a no mind state. So people do no mind state, struggle for no mind state by so many breathing practices, so many pranayam and all. Simple understanding of the nature of the mind will make you amana. Knowledge leads to liberation. This is what Gaudapadacharya says. Any questions?